All right, so we've finished line, and now we're going to move on to the next element of art, and that is shape. This is one of those examples where the students tape in the shape handout, the paper, and on the right side is still the border. So your students is a little different, it's not in color. So we're going to focus first on geometric shapes, and then next week we'll be doing the organic shapes. We're also focusing on the word composition. And in art, composition is the placement or the arrangement of the elements of art. So the elements of art is the whole focus of our sketchbooks this year. So there are 7 of them. So it's the way you arrange them and place them on your paper. There are several ways of creating a composition, and we focused on using the rules of thirds. So I'm going to use a little scrapbook paper here for a second. All right. So if this was your paper, and you were following the rule of thirds, you would divide your paper into thirds vertically, 1, 2, 3, and horizontally, 1, 2, 3. And you would come across where the line intersects, and that's the best place to put the emphasis of your project. We never want to put it in the middle. We never want to hide things in the corner. The best place to put your emphasis is on one of the hot spots where your lines intersect. We always want it to be a little off-centered, a little up, but never right in the middle of our paper. So, another principle of design that we've been working on is emphasis. Okay? Emphasis is the focal point of design which captures the viewer's attention usually first. So if you look right here with this geometric composition, you know that the students all got this correct, that this is the emphasis. This is what catches your eye first. One, it's contrasting shape and color compared to the rest, but if you were to draw the rules of thirds on there, it would fall on this hot spot right here. Okay, then we looked at this geometric shape composition, and again, we all guessed it, this is the emphasis of the paper. It is a contrasting size. It's a different size. We're really focusing on this word a lot in art. It's a different size, and then again, it would fall over here off-centered onto one of the hot spots. All right, so the assignment was to create a geometric shape composition with an emphasis. So we discussed several ways of doing that. We discussed that if this is your paper, we looked at examples where they used just triangles, just geometric shaped triangles, and they colored them all in black. And then they created a contrast, a difference, and they did it on the hot spot, so there would be an emphasis. Okay, so again, geometric shapes, and the red spot is the contrast, it's the difference, and it would fall onto a hot spot. So your student can, we talked about overlap shapes. When they're doing this, they need to figure out their arrangement of their composition. Where is their hot spot going to be? Are they going to use this hot spot for their emphasis? Okay, so they could go back in there, and we talked about being able to color. So again, this circle is a contrasting shape, and it's red, and it's on one of the bottom right hot spots, creating a good emphasis. And we used all geometric shapes, triangles, and circles. I'm trying to color, struggling. Okay. We even talked about you could do square, square, and then they could color those in to create a finished product there. But the goal is to use our geometric shapes. They can choose to overlap them. They are going to be creating an emphasis with one of their shapes, so it'd be contrasting size, contrasting color, and then it needs to fall on one of the hot spots to follow the rules of thirds. So rules of thirds is a composition. A composition is the way you arrange the elements of art onto your paper. Alright, I feel like this is probably the most difficult one they've had. It's a lot of thinking and planning, but the ones I have seen so far look pretty amazing. So again, your shapes is taped in on the left side. The right side is your assignment side.